Hi, all. Thought I'd do a little update. Just a few little tips and a couple of little bits and pieces come up. The main reason for doing this video is to say thank you very much. I'm in double digits for the Brahma-6 rig that I announced a couple of weeks ago. People have taken the plunge, and I'm flattered. I do greatly appreciate it. It kind of inspired me to do something I've been thinking of doing. I was going to do it a different way. I was going to do a redesigned rig to add an extra feature that I quite like, but I decided to make an adapter for the existing one, and I'm going to come to that in a second. But yeah, really appreciate the fact that you people out there are actually starting to play with this. Anyway, let's move on. Couple little tips before I show you the new bit. So as you can see on, I'll just switch over to my other camera. Is it this one? It's a little bit closer, yeah. Right. So this, don't laugh, okay? Don't laugh, please. But you can see I've wired up the cables that come with the. I originally had some. If you look at the camera behind, I've got these great big long train. They're really high quality USB cables, and I run them into my my root box. Yeah. I decided that. To use the existing cables. And the only thing is, of course, you kind of, if I leave them there, they kind of flap around. But I had this great idea. Again, please don't laugh. But I cut the end of a sock off, right? So, and all I do now is I hook that over, right, and I wrap that into there. Can you see? Please don't laugh. You know, surprisingly, it doesn't see it, so when it comes up you don't actually see the sock, you don't get the cables flapping around. A tighter sock might actually be better, but I just thought, well, I don't know, maybe it might be quite useful. Some people out there are doing this, but yeah, so it was a simple fix. Wasted a sock, but yeah, and they were washed. I have washed them, so don't worry about that. One more little thing, it's something that's kind of, as I was doing some testing, I noticed one of the cameras, there was this, in the overlap, there was a slight gap, very slight gap. You could see where it was missing. Make sure, okay, that this part here is flush, because there is only one screw that holds this in, okay, and it's the pressure against this bar that holds it in place. So make sure it's flush, because it's designed so that it's flush. I had one of the cameras was, I think, sticking out a little bit, and of course it missed the overlap, okay, and I had to stretch it, which is fine, but it's something kind of I learn, and in case people come back, yeah, it's missing, yeah, you know. So just bear in mind that when you do this, it kind of makes me think maybe I should have put a thing to locate it, but I was concerned about it not working quite, because there's actually locating lugs in here, and I did consider using them, but I don't think it would be strong enough anyway. And this works very well as long as you know, hold it there, do it up tight, and remember the 2 washers or 1 washer. Probably best to use 2 washers if they're little skinny ones, to hold it in nice and tight, and that just gives you the thread. Of course, if you get the right screws, because I've got metric thread here, M6 thread, which is actually not right. It's the imperial thread. So if you can get the right screws for the job, might be even better. Okay, so yeah, that's just a nice little fix. Now, moving on to, yeah, well, again, thank you for those who have taken part in this with this system. Now I am, as you can see, remember the camera at the back, this is my live rig. Now people who buy these cameras, unfortunately you can't at the moment use what I'm about to tell you, but it will later. This one is my live experiment rig, and the software's coming on quite, it's slow because I'm doing it I do it at the weekends and stuff like that, but that's coming on quite well now. And I'm hoping I might be able to release some software soon. When I say soon, weeks, maybe, hopefully not too many months, but it might be a little while. Now, I'm obviously, anyone who's actually jumped in, bought the system, I'm going to be very keen to get them to have it. But as I was saying, at the moment, these cameras don't have, basically, it's to do webcam. These can't do webcam. There is a way of doing it, but you have to buy more hardware, and I don't want people doing that. However, we still experiment at the moment, but the whole point is, once I've got the live bit working, the same software will work with recorded data from here. But whether it will compete with colour, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm hoping we might be able to get something and works in real time. So I'm hoping it's going to be good, but fingers crossed. Anyway, right. So what I was going to tell you next was, Yes, sorry. God, brain dead. All right, let's show you the new bit. Now, if you see, let's take this. Let me take my clean sock off. Okay, and I'm going to remove my camera, if I can undo it. Okay, so you remember. Right, let me just switch cameras. Hang on. Is it this one? No, it's not that. No, it's showing you stuff too early. Right. Okay. Right, I'll try and hold this still. I should have actually put it on the box, shouldn't I? Okay, so we know at the moment this rig is sitting like that. Okay. Have I got that turned? Yeah. So you can see that all of them are angled up. Now, I found some of my best results are when the camera is like this and they're horizontal. Now, of course, if you're going to put a camera underneath it, it causes problems, and you're going to get a nadir. Now, if you don't know what a nadir means, it basically means that big hole at the bottom where you can see stuff. If you can live with the nadir like they do on the Jaunt, and I'm going to mention the Jaunt because you know that really 15 grand camera, and it still produces results, similar results to these cameras, to be fair. But it uses the cameras like this, but it's obviously got a lot more cameras. Okay, but if you can live with the nadir at the base, right? What I've got now is a new tool to convert this. So if you remember, can you see that hole just here? Can you see that little hole in the base? That originally was going to be the plan. The problem was it didn't work out as I planned because the weight was tipping and you ended up with the camera being seen out the back corner. So let's take this off of here, and I'm just going to switch screen. Okay, so what you can see now. This is an adapter. Originally, I was going to do a completely new mount, but because so many people have actually, I mean, we're not 200, but you know, as I said, I mean double digits, so 10. Okay, but to me, it's quite it's inspiring me. So, I want to use the existing mount because I don't want them people to have to go buy another mount. So what I thought was I'd adapt it, and I actually want to run my rig horizontal because I found some of my best results, instead of having the angled, which you get that kind of blending across at an angle, you get vertical blends. Okay, so pretty much everything in the front like that, if you're like interviewing people, is perfect. You can still see all around, and you get a vertical joint down the thing, but you get a brilliant result. I mean it's my best results have been like that. You will get at the bottom. You're going to lose your bottom camera with this. Okay, and that's crucial to understand that. So if you want to get a 360 over the top and down the bottom as well, this isn't the way to do it. Do it with the normal 6 cube with the existing rig. However, I'm going for this in a big way. Now, this is the new model. If I turn it around, you can. In fact, the whole thing's upside down on it. So basically, it's a very simple part that just attaches. If I had turned this on. Yeah, it goes to my phone. Should have turned that off, shouldn't I? Right, so it attaches under here, and you can see where it mounts. See the hole here? You put a bolt through there, and you put a bolt through here. Okay, they do line up, don't worry. Right, if I zoom in, you can see they line up. And that then holds that solid, and then you now have got this base which you can mount to your cameras. Now, what you end up with is this. If I turn the cameras on, so you now end up with a rig, no bottom camera. Okay. But the results will be Jaunt-esque, okay? I've seen the Jaunt stuff and it's fantastic. Right? I mean, there's a really nice one about American war veterans. Really nice honour video. It's really well done, and you can see it has more quality. I'm not going to doubt it. There was because it started with very high resolution, scaled it down, right? So, but it wasn't massively, hugely better than these cameras, which, to be honest, cost £350. Pound totally. In fact, you only need 5 cameras if you're going to sit with this, so it's dropped the price even further. So I'm actually quite pleased with this. But you get the nadir at the bottom. Now I'm going to put a logo with mine, which I'll show you another time. I'm going to do another video, but I'm going to put a logo, round logo, and base it there, and that'll be just like the Jaunt. You have the hole at the bottom with a logo, tell you about the video and so on. Now, to me, I think that's actually going to be a really nice little rig. You can see the mount now is dead center, so the mounting point is dead center. The cameras will not, I do not believe, right? I do not believe they will see this here because of the angles are coming off. Now I'm going to test this, obviously. Right? I'm going to test this. But this may well become the way I do my recording. So it's a 5-way camera system all the way around, but a nadir at the bottom. Because I like the idea that the verticals, you know, framing much better. So anyway, so that's the new version. If you're asking how much it's going to cost, £21. I'm still working on the basis of only charging you what it's costing to print. Some stage this may change. As you can see, the existing amount is £62. I'll show you the new one. Sorry, but I should have actually called this up earlier. Here we go. It's not live. It's not available. I'm going to test it first. Okay, once I've tested it, then I'll make this available. Okay, but you can see it comes to £21.69, and that'll be the print. Now, obviously, I think it's plus tax. It is plus tax, and it's shipping, so there's obviously a little bit there, but it will adapt to your one. Okay, now that if you order both together, it's coming up to probably it's 80 odd quid for the complete thing. But you don't need this if you just want the cube one. But I actually think personally, I think it's going to make a really nice little rig, and I've done a lot of experimentation, and if you might have seen the dance video. The dance video will look much better with this, because you can see, because it blends, because we're at an angle, all the cameras are at an angle, what you're seeing, so it's kind of blending between the lines. Okay, vertical ones it's much better, so you just blend in a straight line. So I've had better results, and of course if you plan your shot, you are going to get better results. But you do have that nadir at the bottom, which is good for a logo. Put a logo in it. So it's completely up to you. But anyway, I hope that this has given people some more ideas. I'm going to do later on, when I get a chance, probably sometime during the week, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to order colour. Okay, because I'm using it. I don't think it's fair. I'm not using it. It's 600 quid for a bit of software. It's an awful lot of money, and I haven't finished mine yet. And I'm not saying it's going to compete with it anyway. But I'll get that. Hopefully, I'll have that. And then, but anyway, I'm going to do a tutorial of using the cameras. Putting it all together and so on. But hopefully hopefully this makes you think a little bit more about this. Again. Total cost, if you buy the two together, I probably won't do I had considered single mount, but a single mount would mean that you can't use it as a 6-way, but by buying the two together you can use it as a 6-way cube, or attach the mount and use it as a 5-way cube, horizontal cube, which again I prefer the horizontals. I've got to be honest. My best results have been with that. So anyway, there you go. I hope it's inspired you. Oh, one more little thing. It would be quite nice if people are actually looking at this. If you wouldn't mind going to VR Experience on Facebook for me, because I only got 104 likes. I'd really like to get a few more. So if you're watching this, you want to go and just add me some likes, will you? Be nice to get that up. I'm also working on one of the. Still haven't had a response from this. The site was going to do a piece about the project. I don't know what's going on there. They're dragging their feet, but I might even do an advert on one of the big VR sites, and see how much that costs, and then as long as they don't, charge too much, because at the moment, don't forget, I'm not making any money. So at some point, you're probably going to see, when you go to buy this, you're probably going to see a PayPal button appear, and I would greatly appreciate it if people want to chuck a little bit of cash this way. Only if you've bought the rig, only if it works, only if you like it, chuck, whatever, because just help contribute towards the funds, because obviously I'm buying all these cameras to experiment. So, it's not, don't get me wrong, I'm not poor or anything like that, but just, and also like anything else, it just inspires you a bit. Anyway, so hopefully you like the idea of that, and if when you've got your camera mounts, as long as you don't hate it, which I'm pretty sure you won't, I think you're going to like it. Don't forget to add a sock. Put a sock on it, or sock in it, or whichever way you want to put it. So hopefully that'll be quite good. And I think then that'll actually mount well. This one actually, I'm hoping, because it's all pretty sturdy, will go on my car mount. That's another reason for doing this. So anyway, there you go. I've waffled on long enough. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and speak to you soon. Don't forget to let me have your feedback on how you're getting on. Cheers. Thanks very much.